Hello, and thank you so much for visiting Leezah's Lair. And I really appreciate you spending a little bit of your time at this channel. And the video today has to do with escapism in Second Life because I was speaking with someone who said that he couldn't join my group Headlines, which is a news discussion group, and I have an event on Saturdays and Sundays, sometimes either or, on the news around the world, and we discuss all types of news. But this person said, no, I can't really join a group like that because I come into Second Life to escape from reality. And joining a news group would mean that I have to actually discuss what's actually going on in the world. And I thought about that. And I thought about the number of people who are in Second Life who are actually in Second Life to escape their first life. For me, Second Life is not an escape. It's just another activity. I don't think that my first life needs to be escaped from. I think that my first life is very full. That second life is just another aspect of things that I do that I enjoy. But definitely, it isn't something where I switch on Second Life and become a different person in Second Life than I actually am in my first life. I think that my personality is pretty much the same in this virtual space as it is in my first life. And so, even with the avatar, I don't think that there really is an escapism element to that, though I know it is for some people. In terms of their choice of avatar, some people have a very deep reason for the avatar choice that they have and how they define themselves in Second Life in terms of their username. Sometimes they have a whole deep story of why they even chose that name that they chose as their username in Second Life. I remember I was at a conference a few years ago, and someone told me that she was really interested in seeing research on the child avatar community and to really have someone delve into the reason why some people are in child avatars as a quote unquote do over for their childhood. That she perceived that many people who are in the child avatar community wanted to have a different childhood. And so this virtual space becomes a way for them to heal by having a do over of their childhood, that they are actually able to construct the childhood that they didn't get to experience the first time, and now they're experiencing it in this virtual space, but they get to control all the factors of their childhood in a way that was maybe taken from them in their first life. And I was so intrigued by her conversation about that because it does introduce another element of escapism, but she was saying that that element of escapism was a way of healing for that segment of people. She was not saying that that is the reason everyone is in the, you know, child avatar community or anything like that, but she was just stating that she felt that a very large percentage of people who are in that community she was perceiving wanted a do-over of their own childhood, that it wasn't just oh, I think this is going to be fun, let me just have a child Abby, that there was a deeper reason for them to be emotionally invested in being a part of the child avatar community and reconstructing a childhood. And I thought that's great if people are really using that as an outlet to heal, because I'm not sure that they would be able to do that with another outlet the way that they can, the way she explained it. I was in a women's group a few years ago at a sim, and I don't think that discussion group still exists because I don't even remember the title of it, but there was a discussion group that met on Sunday evenings, and a bunch of women get together and kind of talk about different things. And one of the discussions I remember very vividly, a lady said that the reason why she spends so much money on her avatar and is so focused on her avatar's appearance is because in this virtual space she gets to be beautiful and she gets to experience what it is like and how people relate to you when you are beautiful. And I thought that is something that is really intriguing to think about, because have always been, pretty much, I guess, an attractive person in my first life. But she was saying because she did not get to be attractive in her first life, that's why she's so invested in, what the avatar looks like. And she was explaining how different the experience is in Second Life as a quote unquote beautiful person. And that was a very interesting discussion that was presented that evening in the group. I've told the story before on this channel that when I first came into Second Life, I was always at one of the larger Christian Sims. And so I remember there was another sim where a guy was being hammered by all of these Christian people because it was revealed that he was married in his first life, but he was in Second Life and he was married. He was a husband in Second Life. And so everyone, when the disclosure came out that he was married in his first life and that he had a wife in Second Life, there was this whole discussion in the Christian community about how that is bigamy, even though this is a cartoon world. But anyway, he came in front of people and he addressed his Christian peers and he said, well, my wife is very ill in my first life, and so I come into Second Life to be a husband of a woman who's healthy and to really have a life with a wife who's healthy in Second Life, and that I don't feel that I am committing adultery by being in this cartoon world as a husband to another woman. And I just thought that was it. So there was a whole discussion with all these people at that sim, and I really wasn't even invested in this person. That's his own choice. He's logging in, he has an account, he can do whatever he wants with his avatar. It has nothing to do with any of our lives. So I guess I wasn't as invested in the whole scandal, so to speak, as all of these other Christians at that particular sim at the time. But this is another area of, escapism and how people are seeing this virtual world and their participation in it so differently. So, my question to you is, do you feel that escapism can be a very significant path for people moving through different stages of healing or moving through different stages of grief through their choice of avatar or the way that they participate in this virtual space? Comment below about what you think about that. My next question is, when escapism becomes an avenue for avoidance or a motive for avoiding what is already in your life, at what point do you feel like it's helpful? At what point do you feel that it could be less helpful to us as adults? Put your comments on that question below. One thing that has always appealed to me about Second Life is that being an adult, we are not always encouraged to use our imagination and to embrace the imaginative side of ourselves. And I think that this virtual space is a place where imagination is validated, and it doesn't matter what age you are. And so I think that that's one of the attractive components of Second Life. And I think that is something that an aspect of Second Life that should always be celebrated. Especially, this is Leezah's Lair is a channel for the older adults in Second Life, and I definitely think that the older we get in this journey of life, the less we are being encouraged to live out our imaginative selves, that imaginative aspect of ourselves. I think when you're children, people love it. They think it's so cute if you have a big imagination, but as we get older, that changes. So, that is the topic. Comment below on the pros and cons of escapism. And if you like this video, give it a like and comment below if you have any other topics that we should discuss on this channel. Thank you for visiting Leezah's Lair, and come back and watch more videos.